Today I have this Freightliner Cascadia. The issue that it has is every time then you are taking off or on a bad road, it does this. You hear it? That noise over there. And especially when you go on a bad road like this, it's gonna make a big noise too. Gonna hear it? Really bad. You hear it? So that is caused because the motor mount is broken. The motor mount, the cab motor mount over here is broken. So today I'm gonna show you how to replace it. So the cab motor mount is located over here, in this area over here. This is the cab motor mount. So to access the cab motor mount, I'm going to remove this fairing over here, fender or skirt, whatever they wanna call it, by removing these DD40 bolts and removing these aluminum plates. And then I can easily remove the fairing from here. The next step is to remove this mud cover by removing 3 bolts underneath here. There is one over here, 2 here, and the other one, which is the 4th one, is gonna be on a side over here. Plus, you have to remove this bolt over here, this one right here. So in total there are 5 bolts holding the mud cover. I have access to the cab mount. It is so to remove this cab mount, we're gonna need a power tool like the one I have here. So you can buy this power tool online or at any Harbor Freight. So I'm going to place the power tool here in this area of the cab. This is the frame of the cab. I wanna get it up. Make sure that when you put this power tool, you have some room over here to remove these bolts and this bracket. So I was placing in a proper position so you can you wanna be able to play with this plug around. So be sure to do that before lifting the cab up. Okay, the cabin is up. Now this power tool is making a lot of pressure. Be sure to protect this area of the power tool. Don't come close to it. And this other power area, this power tool area, because this is the release. Maybe by accident you can press it with your foot or whatever, and you can release the pressure of the power tool and you can drop the entire cab down, and this can result in a serious problem. So be sure to prevent that. Double check all the time the position of that, because after this moment, after you already placed this, now we're going to remove the cab mount completely. So be sure to double check the position and the safety of this power tool. First thing to remove this cab mount will be to remove this 15-16 bolt and nut from here. So we're gonna use a socket with an impact gun and a grange to hold it from the back, and we're gonna use the same 15-16 socket and grange for those these 2 bolts over here. So we're gonna remove this one and these 2, so the cab mount will be completely free. The nuts are completely removed. So now I can safely remove these bolts from the cab mount like this. And I'm going to push this bolt all the way to the back like this, and now I'm going to remove the okay, I completely removed the bolt, as you can see. And now I'm going to remove the cab mount like this. If you wonder how I was able to remove this ball completely from here, because usually this ball is not, you are not able to remove this ball from here. For mechanics and technicians that are watching this, the reason why I was able to remove this ball from here is because the dozer injector doesn't have the cover plate. For the people that doesn't know how it looks like, this is the cover plate from the dozer injector. It goes right here. So because this truck doesn't have this cover, you can remove the ball completely. So for example, if you are removing the cap mount, you can remove this cover by removing two 10mm bolts. There are those over there, as you can see, those 10mm bolts, and you can have easier access to the ball that holds the motor mount here in the middle. You can remove it completely and remove the cap mount easily. But if you remove this plate from the dozer injector over there and you still unable to remove this ball from here, you will need to remove this plate over here. You will need to remove all these balls over here. These are 16mm or 5/8 balls. There is 4 over here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That one over there, and there is another 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember that I mentioned about the clearance over here? So that's the reason why I mentioned, because you wanna remove these balls in case you are not, you are unable to remove the ball from here. But in this case, I have access to the ball. I have access to remove the ball completely, so I don't need to do that. So I'm just telling you this as advice. If you are trying to do this job as yourself, by yourself, you know what to do. The way I just did this job is easier than removing the complete plate over here. But in some cases, you are not able to remove by the position of the hoses over here. These pipes over here, by the position of the pipes may vary, and you will not be able to remove the ball. So make sure to double check that before doing anything else. So I have the cap mount here. As you can see, it's completely destroyed. See, it's on pieces. You can see the bushing is completely destroyed. There is no bushing left. It's all apart. That's the reason why it makes noise every time you are taking off, or with a heavy load, turning to the right, left, or going a bad road. It does different type of noise when you're driving. So I have the new cap mount here. In this case, this one doesn't have a part number to give you, but you can just ask for a cap mount when you go to the dealer. So you can see how the bushing looks like, and you can see how the old cap mount is. It's completely destroyed. So I'm going to install this new cap mount, and just make sure to follow the instruction. There is one instruction right here that says outside. That's the only instruction you're gonna find. So this outside label is gonna go facing the sides of the truck. So the engine is gonna be on this side, it's gonna be outside. So to place it in is easy. Just slide it in like this and align it. Now we find one thing. You see, this is uneven. As you can see, the orifice of the motor of the cap mount is higher than the cabin. So I'm going to use again the power tool to lift the cap a little, just to introduce the ball over here. So now you can see it is aligned. So now it's time to insert the ball. And now I'm going to place the two balls holding the the cap mount on this bracket. With all the bolts on place, see, all the nuts are on place. I'm going to release the pressure of this power tool, so all the pressure of the cap goes to the cap mount here, and then after that I'm going to tie all the bolts. Don't tie them right now, because if you tie the bolts right now, you're going to maybe destroy the bushings. So don't tie them right now. First, drop the pressure of the jack over here, of the power tool, whatever you're using to lift in the cab, and then you tie all the bolts. Okay, so the cab mount bolts are completely tied. So now just double check the area, make sure that everything is in proper position. As you can see, the cab mount has this little groove where it aligns. You can see here. So make sure then the cab mount is aligned with that. So one important thing I'm gonna mention: if for any reason you remove this plate, make sure to tighten this plate before tightening these bolts and before lowering the jack, because if you tie this plate after that, you can damage the plate, or something can happen, some accident can happen. So when you lift the cabin and you remove this plate, remove it when the cabin is up and put it back when the cabin is up, because when you remove this plate, to remove the cab mount, you have to remove the plate and then slide the cab mount out like this, because the bolt is gonna be retaining the cab mount. So just slide it, and then when you replace it with a new one, you just put it back in the same way, and then put the plate. And make sure to tighten it before putting everything together. Tie this, and then put the bolts together, and then lower the the cab. Don't do it while the cab is putting pressure on the mount. And if you remove this plate, remember to put it back. In this case, it doesn't have it, so I won't put it. So, but if you remove it, to remove the cab mount, remember to put it back. And another important thing, if for example you need to replace the exhaust belloc, now it's time to do it because you have room. Or if you need to replace the windshield washer tank, which is this one right here, you have full access to it right now. So it is time to do it if you want to do it, or if it's broken. So it will be a good idea to replace it at this moment. And the cab mount replacement will solve your problem about the truck making a noise when you are going a bad road, or where you are turning to the left, right, or taking off. This will solve this problem. Also, the engine mount does the same kind of problem in this area, especially. The engine mount in this area does the same problem. So, for example, you replace the cab mount and it's still having the same noise, loud noise coming from the passenger side area. That means that your motor mount is bad. That's the cause of that noise. So you will need to replace the motor mount as well. So with the new cab mount on position, the next step is to put everything back together. Everything I removed to do this job. The same way you remove all these pieces that's the way you wanna put them back. So it's not really complicated to do. It's easy to do. So this is all I'm going to be showing you about the Freightliner Cascadia cab mount replacement. If you have any questions about this video, comment below and I will answer them as soon as I can. If you have anything to add, any opinions or suggestions, you can comment below. Everything is welcome in this video. Also, if you want to support my channel, you can send support or donations to my channel. For details about that, you can check the video description below. So I can continue making helpful videos for everybody on the road, or in their own shops, because I'm helping everybody, drivers, mechanics, technicians, owner operators, road service guys, and many different type of persons that watch my videos. So like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching.